Comprehending Poetry. Hi there! I'm Anna, and here's my story. Did you know that a single piece of literature can actually change the course of your life? Yes, you heard that right. Want to know why? Oh well, stay tuned. Before we start, let's have a flashback. So, ever since I've met my friend, nothing else mattered. We were always there for one another. We were happy and contented. But so I thought. Well, everything changed ever since he gave me a poem that he personally made. I never knew why he got so dismayed when I just simply thanked him for it. With all of this said, I know that I need to get to the bottom of this. Oh, maybe I should comprehend the poem that he gave me. Maybe this would lead me to the answers that I'm looking for. Welcome to my channel. It's Learning with Charlene. Our topic for today is comprehending poetry. How do you comprehend poetry? It is known that poetry is the highest form of literature, for poetry itself showcases the different shades of human beings. Poetry expresses different feelings such as friendship, love, death, and other human emotions. With this said, it is important to comprehend poetry, for comprehending poetry is an essential thing to acquire. As one aims to comprehend poetry, it would help on developing aesthetic sense among the learners. Comprehending poetry can have a positive impact on the social and emotional learning of a student. It may offer them a new way of thinking about something. So step number 1, set up the poem. The first thing a reader has to do is to create a poem setup. So the said poem setup would help the student identify the needed details on the poem in order to comprehend it. So with this said, it is important to indicate the narrator, setting, and mood to further comprehend the poem. Next up is step number 2. Always read a poem twice or more. So it should be reiterated that readers will never understand a poem in just a single read. So it is encouraged that a reader should actually read the poem not only once, but twice or thrice or many more. So let's move on to step number 3. Use investigative skills and identify the narrator or speaker of the poem. So why is this important? Well, the quicker the reader recognizes the narrator or speaker, the faster it will help the reader to understand the context of the poem. Isn't it great? So let's move on to step number 4, identifying the setting. So it is important to identify the setting for the reason that it gives a reader visualization and imagery to the context of any literature. Furthermore, it helps the reader to begin to form pictures in his or her mind of what is happening in the said piece. Next up is step number 5, identify the mood. It is important to identify the mood, for it would help the reader to empathize with the character in the said piece. With this said, it creates a connection between the reader and the piece itself. Step number 6, summarize the poem. So summarizing the poem in one's own words is a great way to show an understanding of the poem itself. Take note, as one summarizes, one should actually identify the 5 W's, which are who, what, when, where, and why, and 1 H, that is how, in order for them to actually internalize and summarize the said piece. Last but not the least, step number 7, put the poem into action by drawing a picture. Through drawing, it would give the readers a visualization of what the poem is all about, which is essential for comprehension. This would actually encourage readers to summarize and draw the picture of the events of the poem. With this said, the reader would finally visualize, comprehend, and also understand the poem or the piece that he or she is reading. I hope that you learned a lot from this topic, and may these steps be actually your guide in comprehending that poetry of yours. So that's all for today, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye! So I finally get it. So that's why he was so upset. Oh my gosh, I have to call him right now. Oh, what's this? Okay. Oh, so you already figured it out. Yes, I haven't. I just want you to know that I feel the same way as well.
でも気持ちは伝えてしまえばいつか